did in PFN, hosted by PFN Lagos State. A privilege to be part of the planning committee. The very day the governor will come, the very day the governor will come, already we have limited the cars that have been parked inside. Are you with? There is restriction about the car parking and all that. And because I serve in the hospitality, so hospitality is a lot of jobs. Now you receive guests, and some important guests are allowed to park inside, not everybody. So you work with the security and all that, put them in the hotel, take them from the airport. It is a very tedious work. And you so because I work in the hospitality, so I can drive in my car in and out because I am in the hospital. But when it was the time the governor was to come, there is an heavy restriction and heavy security. Amen. When he eventually came, that's when you know their protocol. Are you still with me? You don't just stand and we boggle you out. You might think you want to attack or you have an attitude. Even though we are in the church, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Leaders kill like this, right and left. And you know women have power. Women, who say women, they get power. They are the ones that broke the protocol. They arranged that when he got to them, they said, no, now our governor will go dance. And the man understood that women are different. Are you still with God? You must understand, if you're a man and you misbehave, police don't kick you. They will have forgotten they are inside the church. Amen. That was why Aman was condemned by the king. Because he has been a palace man, you understood palace protocol. You went with the king, the king, to his wife's bedroom. And the next place you sat is on the bedroom. It means you are sleeping with the queen. He violated palace protocol. In error, he sat on the bed. May your enemy made irredeemable error this year. Yeah. All your stubborn pursuer, may they made irredeemable error this year. Yeah. He already was falling in favor with the king. That error now made him to fall flat. And the king cannot stand it. If you want to see the anger of a man, just touch his wife. All that Haman did was to sit on the bed. And the king magnified for him. The next thing is for him to rape the queen. Are you still with me? If he's doing this to the queen, what other women are not saying? Cover his face. And the palace guard cover Haman's face. And somebody said, he built a gallows for Mordecai. The king said, hang him there. It was not appealable. Haman was, could you imagine what Haman died for? For sitting. It was a mistake. It is part of palace protocol that he should not sit. It's even wrong for him to sit while the king is standing. But familiarity can bring some contempt. Are you with me? I took somebody along with me as a guest somewhere, and the pastor is not sitting and the protocol is sitting down. He didn't know his work. Yes. He broke the palace protocol. And that was what annoyed the king. Say, what? Myself, the king who owned the woman, never sat on the bed. You were sitting on my wife's bed. I even mark for you. So used to the king. So close to the king that he violated the palace protocol. And the king said, go and hang him. That was what he was hanged But you know, there is spiritual undertone in all these things. He was the enemy of the people of God, and they were fasting and they were praying. You understand me? And you know, when people are fasting and praying, small matter can become big matter. Small matter in the hands of the enemy. Are you still with me? It will amaze you. I've shared with you before. I have an uncle that was the main driver for Chief MKO. He was a driver that has 4 drivers. Himself has what? So somebody who has 4 drivers is not a poor man. He's a driver, but every time he's in, what do you call it? Flowing kaftan. Agbada. You never see a reflection of poverty. You see wealth. In fact, as a driver, is better than some directors in big companies. He served as a driver and as the chief PA, everything then. And then he was sacked for 2,000 naira. How much? 2,000 naira condemned him. He was not the one that asked for 2,000. He employed somebody for the wife of the chief. And the person does not know the protocol in the chief house. 1, they say you don't lie about money around him. You don't lie about, say it as it is. As long as it's what money can handle, don't worry. Just tell the don't say your wife is in the hospital when she's not in the hospital. Because you might think the king will give you the chief will give you money. He said, go and bring the woman to my own hospital. And they now discover the wife. So he hates it. And you don't know when he could take some decision that will put you on your toe. If you say your wife is sick at home and the woman is not sick, and the chief says, okay, called his chief medical doctor and say, please, I need your ambulance now. Go to those place, bring those woman. Examine what is wrong. I said, nothing is wrong. So the husband is in trouble. So he employed somebody for the chief's wife. And the person he employed was not taught the protocol in that house. He went to the wife and lied. You know, some people, the moment they enter into a rich house, they saw big things. They don't know the rich too have their own protocol and they have their need. Most of the time, I told you, givers are not those who have, but those who love. Don't think philanthropists have everything. They show much love. They make sacrifices. He went to the woman and said, Chief asked you to give me 2,000 naira. And then Chief has traveled out of the country. And he returned after 3 months. And while they went to welcome the man from the airport, the first thing the wife told him was that my new driver said 3 months ago, you asked him to collect 2,000 naira. And you know the man was his stammerer. And when you provoke his stammerer, you want to call Biro, you say ba 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 roll. He has been annoyed. And they said he could pronounce one word for 5 minutes. The anger was boiling. And when they got to him, he said, who employed that man? And they mentioned it's my uncle. And he said, I'm disappointed at you. That you employ somebody like this who does not know the protocol in this house. Don't fight the protocol in the house. Some of you are fighting the protocol. We ask you to dress well, you don't dress well. And some of you don't go late to your office, but you choose to go late to church Because you don't know the protocol in his presence. A lot of things affected answer to the prayers of many because they don't know the protocol in the presence of the King of Kings. They don't understand the protocol. Are you still with me, somebody?
Yes, sir.
And then the chiefs asked, who employed him? Instead for him to ask for the driver, he asked for who employed him. And they mentioned this my uncle. And he got more angry. So he was disappointed that his own main driver could employ such a man who lacked integrity and did something. No, there are some people you like, you don't want to remove them, but you strategically remove. You know what it means to strategically redeploy. For instance, if somebody is driving the president, and the president did not want to sack him because many people will be begging. Are you still with me? The president can redeploy him, say, okay, go and drive a commissioner in Lagos. For somebody who has been driving president, to drive a commissioner will be a problem. I don't know if you understand. So he was redeployed to go and drive a director from Lagos to Ilorin. He worked with that director for 1 week and resigned. I mean, a driver who has 4 drivers. You now redeploy him to go and drive one. The man did not want to sack him. But because the protocol of the house was broken, and it was the one who employed the man who break the protocol. Some people just hear there is money, there is this, there is that, and they start doing all kind of. I've seen people who, Pastor has money. You know, even when I travel abroad, I have people say, Pastor, you know what you buy for me? Have phone, have phone, have phone. I laugh. So I say, you know that Samsung? Me say never see what it's calling. Me say never what? I never seen it. Amen. Amen. You know, you went to win a rich man. It's not by making requests. It's by selling vision. You sell your vision. You sell your idea. Not by asking for things. Not by asking for money. Stop asking for. Don't make yourself a beggar. Don't make yourself nobody. Don't put yourself at the mercy of anybody. The only person you need is God. With God on your side, everything is settled. Don't put yourself at the mercy of anybody. Don't ask a rich man for money. Show him vision. There are those who have money. They are looking at somebody with good idea. They could put the money into. If you ask them for money, well, if I thought they would give you money, they can give you chicken change. No, don't be angry when a rich man, you go to the house of a rich man, you're expecting him to give you 20,000, give you 500 naira. Don't be angry. Don't call him stingy. That is why he's rich. They don't float money around. Money is not to impress anybody. It's for a purpose. I told you, stop dressing to impress. Nobody knows how much you bought your shoe, only you. Your necklace could cost fortune. Nobody knows. What's my business with it? You know, some people will not even see it. Are you still with me? Everybody's trying to impress us. He wants us to know that he's wearing a socks from Italy. He now sit down and put his leg like this so we can see the sock. Say, this one is not from Nigeria. Only you know he's from Italy, except you told us. If you have not told us, we won't know. Stop dressing to impress. Stop buying things to impress people. Live your life to please God. Sell idea. Sell vision. There are those who are ready to put all they have on your good idea. That's why this year, I beg your pardon, learn to write business plan. Learn to write what? Business plan. God has not created any man to be a poor man. God has not what? No. And the rich are not more fortunate than you. They are not more blessed than you. Job, I think in Job chapter 9 verse 9:32, he said, great men are not wise. It is the inspiration of God that are giving them knowledge. Is the what? Inspiration of God. Ask God for wisdom. Ask God for idea. Business sense. Idea that is not common. Amen. Amen. You know, there's some people, the rich man will just wind down his car and throw some crumbs to them. You need more than a crumbs. If you take a crumb today, tomorrow you will need another crumb. Are you getting me, somebody? You need more than a crumb. Do I have anybody who needs crumbs here? You need more than crumbs. All the time, Lazarus has been going to the rich man's house. And all he's taking is crumbs. If he has share an idea, in the idea now, the rich man does not have the idea, you have it. I will say, don't worry. Since you have money, take 60%. I take 40%. If you have an idea that will generate 50 million naira in 3 months, a rich man wants to be interested. And you told him his own is 60%. Your own is 40%. You rise from somewhere. Rise from what? Somewhere. Don't be afraid to start small. Do you know the man who sold the idea of Coca-Cola in a bottle to Coca-Cola company? Is he getting the royalty today? Huh? Nobody knew Coca-Cola was going to become what it is now. But somebody has an idea. Somebody has what? And he sold it to the company. And they were giving him royalty.